As James Gunn prepares to usher his superhero universe into a new era, let's take a look at 5 actors who were unfairly sidelined by the DCU. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. Henry Cavill might have moved on from DC after James Gunn's arrival, but we cannot help but reminisce about his time as Superman every now and then. While the actor was perfect as the last son of Krypton, you could say that his casting went to waste as the studio was unable to utilize him as it should have. Henry Cavill was always passionate about Superman, but unfortunately, things were a bit underwhelming, especially when compared to other actors and their characters' stories. While Henry Cavill's Superman might be the most wasted character in DC history, this wasn't the only time the studio fumbled the bag. There are countless great actors with a lot of potential whose talents were wasted in the superhero universe. Let's talk about some of them. Black Adam brought Pierce Brosnan into the DCU as Dr. Fate, and his performance was met with unending praise from both fans and critics alike. Despite the fact that there were tons of other actors in the film, including the leading man Dwayne Johnson, Brosnan's portrayal of the Sorcerer stood out from the rest. His character could have gone far in the superhero universe as there was a lot of potential to extend Dr. Fate's storyline, especially thanks to his involvement in the Justice Society. Alas, things didn't work out quite like we wanted to, and the character was killed off in Black Adam, bringing Brosnan's superhero career as soon as it got off the ground. Amazon Prime Video's The Boys has become a worldwide sensation, and fans are collectively in love with Karen Fukuhara's Kimiko. However, not many might know that the extremely talented actress was a part of the 2016 Suicide Squad, where she played the small role of Katana. The actress brought a sense of depth and mystery to the unique character, and while we loved her portrayal of the sword-wielding Katana, her only mistake was being a part of a below-average film. Suicide Squad has a devastating 26% to its name on Rotten Tomatoes. After the franchise was revamped and served to us by James Gunn, Fukuhara's Katana was nowhere to be found. Katana sure was able to trap souls into her sword, but Fukuhara's potential was wasted by the studio by keeping her trapped in a film like Suicide Squad. Ray Fisher brought Cyborg to life with such perfection that it was sometimes impossible to differentiate between the actor and the character. He gave the role his all, but what he got in return was nothing but disappointment. First of all, most of Cyborg's scenes were removed or res-hot in the theatrical cut of Justice League. Zack Snyder once admitted his regret of not setting up a solo film for the character before filming Justice League, as he had done with Wonder Woman and Aquaman. Why didn't he? Well, he believed that it was a no-brainer that a Cyborg movie would be in the works. Of course, nothing of the sort actually happened. Jeffrey Dean Morgan seems to be all the rage right now after his portrayal of Joe Kessler in The Boys. The actor has always played every single one of his iconic roles to perfection, whether it is John in Supernatural or Negan in The Walking Dead. This is why it was heartbreaking to see his character in Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice go to waste. Morgan played the role of Bruce Wayne's father, but his character was so underutilized that fans were left begging for more. When The Flash introduced the Flashpoint arc, fans hoped to see Thomas Wayne return since it was such a crucial moment in the comic books. Despite Morgan apparently expressing his interest in reprising the role, DCU did not bother to go down this road, and another great character-actor duo was wasted. There is no doubt regarding Viola Davis's talents as an actor. With films like The Woman King, she became the only African-American who was awarded the EGOT, an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony Award. Despite playing the hell out of Amanda Waller in quite a few projects, her role has always been pushed to the background, which is not where someone like Amanda, and definitely not Viola Davis, belongs. Fortunately, Gunn's DCU will see Davis reprising her iconic role. She is among the many few who will be moving into the new and revamped version of the superhero universe. Stream Suicide Squad, The Suicide Squad, Peacekeeper, and Black Adam on Max. These were just a few actors who have been done dirty by the studio, and there are countless more who could have been utilized better. With the superhero universe stepping into a new era under Gunn, here's hoping that the DCU is able to do justice to its actors going forward. One can only anticipate that the lessons from these missteps lead to a brighter and more successful future for the franchise. James Gunn's cryptic Peacemaker Season 2 image might have bigger ramifications for the DCU than what fans might think. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. James Gunn's brand, at least when it comes to comic book films, seems to be fast becoming the introduction of characters that are considered obscure and D-list into the cultural zeitgeist. However, The director has a way of not only making these characters palatable in the mainstream but also icons in popular culture. If Guardians of the Galaxy and Peacemaker are any indication, along with all the characters that are going to be in Superman, James Gunn might be planning to bring another obscure DC character into the mainstream, as teased by the photo that he posted on his social media handles. James Gunn shared an image on his social media, linking it to Peacemaker Season 2, that depicted what looked like a tribal chief sitting in front of a fire. Speculations have gone wild, as fans try to predict how the character will factor into Season 2. Gunn could have teased Apache Chief, a character from DC Comics who is known for his Native American background. While this might be a character who could make it into the DCU, it must be noted that James Gunn might be taking more than a few hints from the DC animated universe, which could indicate that he is bringing in a different hero, which could be Long Shadow. The reason why Long Shadow is more likely a candidate to show up in Peacemaker Season 2 is that he has a direct connection to Cadmus, an organization also headed by Amanda Waller in a bid to corner the superhero community with state-sanctioned superhumans. Long Shadow was also a member of the government-sponsored Ultiman, which played a crucial role in fighting the Justice League on behalf of the U.S. government. A slew of heroes are also set to appear in James Gunn's Superman, along with a version of the Authority. Given that Peacemaker Season 2 will be set inside the DCU, it is possible that the Authority could be the Ultiman replacement that will feature in the show. Perhaps Superman may see some members of the Ultiman/Authority incarcerated by some means or the other. This could prompt Waller to fill the ranks of the Authority with new heroes like Long Shadow, and also perhaps members that have been missing so far, like Apollo, who would be an asset against Superman, and Midnighter. Long Shadow could either be recruited at the end of Season 2 of Peacemaker into the Ultiman/Authority, or it could be the case that the character already exists as a member of the team when he makes his appearance in the sequel season of Peacemaker. Despite not being in the scheme of things, James Gunn and Peter Safran greenlit Clayface due to one principal reason that will guide the DCU. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. Unlike the previous DCU, whose attempt at replicating the MCU formula failed exponentially, the new regime under James Gunn and Peter Safran is taking a more creator-driven approach than a producer-driven model. In contrast to the MCU, which is notable for announcing projects without a final draft at hand, the DC heads have been pretty vocal about prioritizing writers. This explains why Brave and the Bold is yet to hit production and why Clayface is eyeing a 2026 release, not long after Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Making a good movie with a good script is hard enough already, shared James Gunn, who then stressed, it's almost impossible making a movie with a script that you're writing on the run. He isn't wrong, as at the end of the day, most of the flaws with modern CBMs and blockbusters in general boil down to their writing, as the industry keeps prioritizing profits over cinema. But being a writer-director himself, Gunn has been vocal about giving writers the keys to the new DCU, as the future of each DCU release will depend on the script, and unless Gunn and Safran are satisfied, it won't be greenlit. This has directly contributed to Clayface being greenlit, as despite not being in the scheme of things, Mike Flanagan's script proved too good to resist via the wrap. Clayface is the